Hey guys, what's up? It's Seth with indemandcareer.com. I show people how to get jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And that includes my guest on this interview, Karen, who you may have seen previously as my student who skipped college and does not have a degree and was making $52,000 a year freelancing. She is now working at Glassdoor in San Francisco, making almost twice that. And again, she did all this without a college degree, and she is actually at work right now while we are talking. So hello, Karen.
Hey Seth, how's it going? I'm really excited to be on here, especially as like a re-interview, a follow-up interview, because I think this can give people a better idea of like the possibilities that are open in this field, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So people might remember that you were freelancing for a while, and why don't you tell us how this job, like what this job is and how it came about?
So yeah, I mean, I was hired as a digital marketing operations specialist at Glassdoor, and really kind of what a lot of my job is, or the purpose or the goal of like bringing me on, is to help optimize for conversions on the website.
How did you go from, you were basically having your own clients and working for yourself essentially. How did you go from that to then being hired by this huge company with a great salary and actually being relocated to San Francisco?
I like looked up like on Google, like what are the companies with like the best workplaces, like the best, either the best benefits. It was something along that. And I stumbled on a blog by Glassdoor. And so, they were listing a bunch of great companies that had like highly rated approvals of CEOs, and like just great workplaces, just to build your experience in. And then like on the blog, it was like they added like a footnote or something. It was like, by the way, we're hiring as well. So, like that as like a last thing on the blog. And I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be funny, to like work at Glassdoor? And so yeah, I applied, and it was more as like as a joke, to be honest, because I really yeah, I didn't think that it was like that they would be committed enough to like relocate somebody. So yeah, it was a joke, but it turns out that the joke was on me.
In a good way.
Yeah.
So you put in the application, and then what happened?
Yeah, so I mean, I put in the application, and then it was like really quick that the recruiter got back to me, like I think within 48 hours. That the recruiter emailed me and said, "Hey, are you a US citizen or something?" Or no, sorry. "Are you authorized to work in the US or something? And are you willing to relocate to the Bay Area?" And I was like, yeah. And so then fast forward to several rounds of interviews, and like a deck presentation that I had to make as well. Yeah. And here
So
we are.
so what, okay, so for everyone again in the course, like they'd be like, but how could this be your first job? You're 22 and you're making like 4 times as much as any 22-year-old, and you had never had a job. So in the interview, what, like, how did those go? What did they ask you? Did they ask you about your degree? Did they ask you about your previous jobs?
No, no degree. Like never even once mentioned the degree. Like never, ever, ever did that cross anybody's like I don't know, at least my frame of thought, and like the conversations, that was like never mentioned. And I think actually that's pretty common, because especially here in the Bay Area, like I just met a guy that works at Pinterest, and he has like zero, he doesn't even have like an associate's, like nothing. And he works as a software engineer. So like, I think that's like not that, I mean, for the area, maybe it's like some companies, I don't know. But yeah, like that was like never, we never mentioned the college degree. And in the beginning, honestly, like the first rounds were pretty easy, because like they just ask you like regular screening questions just to make sure that you're not like insane or something, or I don't know, to like kick out like the easy people. But yeah, even like, yeah, with the phone calls, it was very basic questions, like high level questions that I think honestly anybody out of the course could answer. It's like not,
Yeah, what did they like digital marketing wise? How did they? I guess with the deck presentation was really the real test of do
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think the deck presentation was.
And what was their presentation of? Was it like some optimization of a site or
Yeah.
an SEO
How would
strategy?
I optimize the blog, the B2B blog for conversions? And like how would I like format the layout of like the experience differently? And and then like not only that, but like I think something that mattered as well was like how would I measure success, right? Because they want to know, like here we're always about like how are we going to move the needle? We need to have a needle to move, right? Or else it's not like ROI positive, to like invest in our time into doing something. Like it needs to have an outcome to it, right? So like I think, yeah, the deck was definitely like where like the meat of like where my knowledge was, and where I had to show that like I knew what I was talking about. But yeah, in the beginning it was like more like analytics questions, like more high level, like do you know how to use WordPress kind of stuff. But yeah, when it came to the deck, I was presenting on, I would make a change to like the blog homepage, because it doesn't have like a subscribe button or something. Like it was, to me it wasn't like rocket science, maybe because like I did the freelance, and yeah, like, and then for measuring success, it was like I just made like a plan of like how we would measure visitors and how they converted to leads. And like it was, I don't know, to me it was pretty straightforward.
It sounds to me, it's funny because I had no sense of the really, because it happened so fast. I didn't have a sense of what this job actually was, but I kind of thought it would be more difficult. Um, and it sounds to me like, based on what you're saying, this sounds like something anybody in the course could get this job if they put in the time and actually generate their own experience, because
For
that's
sure.
like what we're teaching is
Yeah.
optimization. So
Yeah, it's been like very, very exciting. And I know people, like you could say that and like people are like, oh yeah, like I don't know, it sounds super like cliche or something, like yeah, that's duh. But like coming from Ohio, I think one of the reasons that I wanted to leave Ohio was like that there just was not enough going on. And like number one, and then number two is like I wanted to like talk to people that were like me. And that there was not a lot of that in Ohio. And so yeah, like when I came here it was cool because like literally it feels like you're in another country. And I feel like geographically, like I was thinking either New York or San Francisco, and like I went to San Francisco, so like geographically that's like away from New York, but I feel like I'm closer to New York than Ohio, like culturally speaking, because like you come here and everybody's so like, I don't know. I don't even know how to put this into words, but like, I guess there's like a common theme of like open-mindedness and inclusivity, uh, and yeah, of just
are you
like,
happier there than you were in Ohio?
of course. What kind of a question? Just kidding now. Yeah, of course. I love it here. It's just like crazy. Like the difference is literally night and day, with just how people live, how people work.
What's it like to work at a job instead of freelancing? Like
Sure.
to have to like come into an office every day, but you also have all these coworkers you were telling me about.
Like, yeah, I mean it's a routine, right? You have to get used to it. It's like structure. I think to be honest, like as a freelancer, I had like not much structure in my life because you could like do anything whenever. Like you could be doing laundry one second, the next second you could be on a call with a client. So like when you start working, like obviously you have a schedule and like you can't do laundry just like whenever. And then like sharing spaces with coworkers. Like honestly, I feel like as a freelancer, I was kind of starved of like social interaction. And so I think that's actually something that I enjoyed and was looking forward to, which is like, hey, I'm gonna like build like a community here, right? Or like become a part of a community, and become a part of a team, and I don't know, get to know other people like really closely, like that I'm spending a lot of hours in the day with, and that I get to go on, the offsite retreats or whatever, and like go to like drag queen bingo with. Like it's not just like working together and working towards a common goal, but like becoming a part of a tribe. And I think that's like only a natural human being like need, which is like to feel like a sense of belonging. And I think I really didn't think I would be like as happy as I am right now, coming in from freelancing into this, because like I was even up like friends with so many freelancers, and we were always like, oh yeah, like 9 to 5 sucks, you know, like yeah, you're like tied to a desk or something. But honestly, if you like end up at a good company like I did, then there's like really not much to complain about, because like the executives from like every level of the organization, their goal is to make sure that you're a happy employee, and that you give your best self every day. You come to work every day, you know, you put in the best work because you're passionate about what you do, and that you bring your most authentic self to work. And like they're like, that's why they even do like all these pride events. And yeah, it's just like crazy. Like I like you hear about these companies in the movies, especially in Ohio, like so being so away from all of this. Um, but yeah, it's like these companies are in the movies for a reason. It's because they exist.
Did you want to show us your office?
Arcade games too. Um, like instruments, I think we have a lot of musically talented people. A salad bar, actually. We have like our version of Jenga. This is a thing. Apparently, we have kombucha on tap and cold brew. I don't know. People like flip out because we have this, and I don't know. I really don't care. Like, I'm not a coffee person. So yeah, ping pong table. Foosball table.
Oh my God, you're so funny. You're like, there's just a few video games and a ping pong table, a foosball table, on tap kombucha. That's all. Baby, come on. Doesn't every office have this? No.
Yeah,
No.
and then like, board games. What is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. What is this? See, I'm not very, yeah. A what? It's the Wii and the GameCube. A Wii and the GameCube? Okay, that's it. And let's see what else. Like snacks and stuff.
Oh yeah, let's go see the snacks.
Actually, we ran out. Like, we need to refill. This
What's
is
on the
our.
top? Is that candy at the top?
Where?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, right there.
Oh, this. There's milk chocolate pretzels, almonds, M&Ms, nuts, Cheez-Its, pretzel nuggets, Oreos. Let's see. What do we have in here? Like more stuff. Chips. But my favorite. Where's my favorite? Huh.
Oh my God, they have kettle corn. That's it. I'm working there.
What? Kettle corn? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what the difference is between the two.
Oh, Karen.
I know.
Karen, kettle corn is basically sweet popcorn. It has sugar on it.
Oh.
It's really good.
Well,
You should try some.
Yeah, I haven't tried like any of this. So this is our gym.
Nice.
I've never been. I should. Yeah.
You said it's okay to give your social media contact, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I try to do my best with like replying to people. Sometimes I'm not the best, but yeah, for like generally I will eventually get to people. And yeah, like I don't know. I love to continue to like meet people from the course. Like some of my awesomest friends from New York have been through the course, and I like respect them and admire them so much. So yeah, like apart from like being like everybody wants like to learn digital marketing skills in the course, like I like that this is kind of like a community thing, you know, like everybody's like, we all have the same experiences, right? We all have like either our parents being like, what kind of shit course is that? Or I don't know. Yeah, so like that's why I really like kind of the community building part of taking this course as well. So yeah, I'm happy to talk to people.
That's great. Thanks so much, Karen. I feel the same. I'm so happy. That was what my intention was when I made the course, was that it would create a community, and it did. So that's kind of mind blowing because, I created this thing on my computer by myself. I didn't know I would meet all you guys. So it's always very satisfying to hear that. And so if you if you've watched this and if you've been kind of watching the testimonials and the videos, you know, I recommend, as Karen said, take action, just jump into it. You have to take action to get the results. If you have never seen the free course, go to indemandcareer.com or click the link below the video to get the free 4-part mini course where I tell you more about these jobs and how this is all possible. And
For sure.
yeah.
Can I add one more thing? Like, I've gotten this like same message so many times on Instagram, like because people see my like a testimonial from like, I don't know, 2 years ago, and everybody keeps asking me like, is it still worth it? Is it still worth it? Like every time, like this is just like a repetitive, so I feel like I should address this like right here, which is it still is definitely, and especially because like you've been like updating, you're like on it constantly. But also I think like now that I've seen like now versus 2 years ago, and like I don't know when you came out with the course, but like years ago, like now there are so many more courses on the market, but I think this is like by far like the best bang for the buck, like 100%. Like there is like no comparison in like price ranges and compared to like the value that you get. Like you get like it's like talking like with another course you could pay like for a really expensive burger, but that's just the burger. But with this course, it's like you could pay for the whole fucking meal and like much cheaper. And it's like the same quality of fucking food. Like you're gonna get more food. Like what the fuck? Like why would you not? Like I don't know.
Thanks, Karen. And
Yeah.
and also I would say, you know, I've looked around too. There's nowhere near as many testimonials from real people, like actual recordings or messages from people who got jobs. You just won't see it in any other course.
Yeah.
And definitely not like full sales, you know, digital marketing, $60,000 master's degree or whatever.
They're still doing that. I saw that years ago, I
They're
think.
still doing it, yeah. So yeah, well, thanks, Karen, and I will talk to you about that in a second. But thanks so much for being here, Karen, and we will likely talk to you again soon.
Probably. Thank you.